What's up YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Scales 13. In today's video, I'm going to be introducing you to my new Ackie monitor, Charlotte. Charlotte came into my possession about a year ago. Charlotte is a female yellow Ackie monitor that was purchased by me from a friend of mine named Smokey J's Reptiles that is located over in Michigan. He's been breeding Ackie monitors for about 3 years now, and he sold her to me when she was about a yearling. Now, ever since I've had her, she's been a really great pet so far, and she's been a joy to keep. She's still a little skittish, but she's coming around just like Thunder did when he was younger and about her age. She doesn't necessarily let me hold her for long periods of time yet, but she will let me give her pets in between feeding her and doing all the normal husbandry that I would do in her enclosure. One of the cool things about having a female versus a male, I can already see the physical differences that you would see in a male Ackie monitor and a female Ackie monitor. Of course, the males are characterized in having more broader shoulders and thicker muscles in the front of the body, while the females have a slimmer head and their abdomen is more rounded towards the bottom above the hips. Now, my buddy Jared is a good breeder of Ackie monitors who's new to the field of breeding and has only been around for a few years. And he's a breeder who breeds for passion over profit, meaning that he's not trying to churn out a large number of Ackies every year, and all of his long-term individuals have names, and I actually know them by looking at the pictures. See, Jared is the type of guy where he does this because he cares about the species and loves and enjoys keeping them, which is why I felt comfortable purchasing an Ackie from him. And one main difference I've noticed about keeping a yearling versus Thunder being almost 6 years of age is that even though she has been raised by people in captivity and she is over a year old, she was still quite a bit skittish because of course she was probably used to Jared and me being a new keeper, and also since she was younger, it takes Ackies quite a couple years to become accustomed to dealing with people. You will see some small instances where some Ackies that are under a year of age jumping into their owner's hands and things like that because they've worked with the animal one-on-one, spent many hours with them. But of course, for the most part, Ackies will come to you in time, and normally it does take quite a bit of time for the animal to be accustomed to you, lose the fear, and start gaining trust with their keeper. The one thing that I love about monitor lizards is their curiosity, and that is what helps build the trust in the animal, because once the animal loses fear and starts checking you out, it's going to see you as something that's interesting in their environment, and it's going to start gaining its trust based off the fact that you are interesting to the animal. Now, of course, the big question is, wow, now that you have a female Ackie, are you going to pair her with Thunder? And of course, that is a long-term goal. However, for now, I'm just keeping her as a pet, and I don't necessarily want to rush into breeding these two animals because, of course, breeding is something that has its dangers for the animals, and I want to make sure I'm 100% ready to give them all of my attention so that way I can minimize the risk of any dangers for the male and the female when pairing both of them together. Of course, I would also need to accommodate space for any offspring that they would have, and I would also need to have a plan in place so that way, if I cannot move the babies to homes that I can trust, I'll be able to house them and take care of the animals properly, so that way, either way, they're having a good, healthy life. Charlotte is quite the curious animal, and even though she's not necessarily the same as Thunder, where if I left the door open for him, he, even at the age of just 2 years old, he used to just run out of the enclosure when I explore his environment, she will stick her head out from time to time just to see what's going on. So even though she might not be as curious as him, where she'll go to the extremes of leaving the enclosure, even though I wouldn't leave the door open because of course Ackies are escape artists, she is curious enough where she's a lot of fun to interact with. Well, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. You will get plenty of updates and clips from Charlotte in the future. I'm sure you guys have been wondering for quite a while, if you've been watching the shorts and following the channel, who this female Ackie was and whether or not she had a name. But now you know her name. Her name is Charlotte, and you're going to see plenty more of her on the channel. Everyone have a great day. Peace.